Hey guys, Black Lives Matter, they always have and they always will. In order to be the change that I want to see, I will be donating 100% of my June Google AdSense revenue to the Black Lives Matter Global Network. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I want to speak to you guys about this new light that I got to add to my collection. I have been loving this light, so I want to share with you guys. So before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoy, and drop a comment down below. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So just a little background. I have these two soft boxes. I've had these for about 2-3 years now, and yeah, they take up so much space. And I'm trying to find different lighting systems that give me more options, because also with these soft boxes, it's just an on and off switch. You don't have a option to change the brightness, to change white light versus warmer light. So I do want to upgrade my lighting system slow and steady. So I did some research, and two options that I found. I did order the light that Carly Bible uses. If you guys did not see her how I record my videos, I'll link that above. But she only uses one light and her quality is amazing. So I did go ahead and order that light, but it's been on back order this whole COVID period. So I'm still waiting on that to come in. But I did go ahead and order my Yn216. So this is the light that I've been loving. I included this light in my updated filming setup and equipment video. This was the light that I used to project the light from my reflector onto my face, and I absolutely love it. I have also been using this light for my shower videos. In case you guys did not see my soapbox shampoo bar review, I'll link it above. But I use this light along with my ring light for that video, and the quality has been impeccable. So this isn't going to be an unboxing because obviously I already unboxed it, but I did want to walk you guys through some things about this lighting in case you guys are interested in having a small compact lighting system that is great quality. Okay, so this is the box that it came in, nice and small. And I paid $59 for this light, but I actually found a listing on Amazon that has great reviews, and it is $55. So I did want to pause right here because I noticed that I purchased the bicolor Yn216, but there's also like a unicolor one color version of the Yn216 light. So the bicolor, which is the one that I purchased, is $59, and the unicolor, or the one that has one color lighting, is the one that's $55. So I did want to include that, and later on in the video I'll go into more details about what the difference between these two different types of lights are. So I'll have that link down below, but I just wanted to let you guys know I paid $59 for this light, which was still good to me because I'm like, this light is great quality. This brand is very reliable for lighting systems. I have been doing a lot of research about lighting, and I've heard amazing things about this brand. So this is also the brand of the other light that I mentioned that I ordered. So in the box came the light, which I already have out, and it also came with 4 discs. So it has a orange disc, it has a red disc, and it also has a blue disc. And then it also had a white disc, which I have on the light right now. But these discs allow you to change the coloring of the light. So if you want something that's more warmer, you can go ahead and switch out to the orange or the red. If you want something more blue tone, you can go ahead and switch to the blue light. So that's all that came in here. And then, like, you know, the little instructions. So here is the lights. And it also came with this little piece that you can use to screw it onto the tripod. So this is the light right here. It's very small, very compact. It has these 4 barn doors, which are supposed to serve as like reflectors for the light. But I just keep them on. You can also go ahead and open them up if you want the light to be more dispersed. But usually when I use it, I want it to be more concentrated on one area. So I'll keep these closed. Okay, so this is the light. The Yn216, it got its name because it has 216 LED lights. So this lighting system comes in 2 types. So they have the Yn216 bicolor, which is the one I have. So that means that of the 216 LED lights, 108 of them are 5600 Kelvin, and 108 of them are 3200 Kelvin, which basically means that we have two different types of light in this lighting system. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys in a few minutes. So if you do not get the bicolor one, you will only have the I think it's 5500 Kelvin in that one, I believe. So for, you know, people who don't really know much about lighting, to convert that to English, that basically means that you'll only have one type of lighting versus two. So as I go through, I'll explain like what the differences are so that you guys can see exactly what they are. So some things that I wanted to note, something that was very important to me with this light, is that with my softboxes, the cords are very short. So in order to put the softboxes high, it's a struggle to plug them in because the cord is very short. So that's something that would irritate me so much. So one thing with this light that I really loved is that it can be powered 3 ways. So the first way that it can be powered is where it says open, you can push it up, and it can be powered first with 6 AA batteries. So that's how I've been operating this light. Just because I had AA batteries lying around, I was like, let me go ahead and plug it in, because that was the free 99 way for me. Another way that you can power this light is with a power jack. So you can use a DC power jack cord for power supply. So it'll basically just be a cable that plugs here, and then you'll have to plug it into your outlet. So some pros with that is that you don't have to worry about batteries dying on you, and also the 6 AA batteries, and the other way I'm going to show you, those batteries run very quickly. This lighting does require a lot of energy. So with you using the power jack and plugging it into an outlet, that's something you don't have to worry about. One con is that I may not always want to film near an outlet. So that way, if I am using the power jack cord, I need to be next to an outlet. So if I'm outside or if I'm somewhere that's just not close to an outlet, then it would be hard for me to power it that way. So the third way you can power this lighting system is with a NPF style Sony battery. So that is basically an external battery that will sit right on top of here. If you are a photographer, if you are, you know, into tech, then you probably have that battery sitting around. But for someone who is not really into it, doesn't really have a lot of equipment, that's something that you would have to go out and specifically purchase. So I will have the power jack cord and the NPF battery link down below in case you guys are interested in using these two sources of power. But for the most part, I'm going to be using my 6 AA batteries. Another thing with this lighting system, as I mentioned earlier, it does require a lot of energy. So it is recommended, if you are using the 6 AA batteries, to take them out whenever you're not using the lighting, because even though your lighting is off, the batteries are still running. So you definitely want to take those out whenever you're not using the lighting system. Okay, so now let's go ahead and get into the specifics. So first of all, we have these 4 buttons on the back as well as this dial. So if you click the on off, that basically will power your lighting on, and then when you click it again, it turns it off. So if I put it on, we have these 2 options. So as I mentioned, 108 of the LED lights in this lighting system are 5600 Kelvin, and then 108 of the LED lights are 3200 Kelvin. So the 5600 Kelvin is more of a daylight. As you guys can see, it's more white light. So if you do not have the bicolor version of this lighting system and you only have the unicolor or the one color, then this is the lighting that you can expect to get. And an easy way to tell a difference between the bicolor and the, I guess we can call it unicolor, like one color light, is that this one has the 2 options of the different types of light here. On the unicolor, these 2 buttons will say fine and coarse, I believe. So if you are looking on different websites and you want to find an easy way to figure out which one is which, the bicolor has the 5600 and the 3200, and then the unicolor would say fine and coarse instead of having 2 different lighting options, if that makes sense. So right now I have on my 5600, and this dial here is what you use to basically adjust like the brightness of the light. So you can go ahead and spin it up and you can see the levels here, and then you can go ahead and decrease it. So another thing with this light is that I believe this dial adjusts by 10% light in, but say for instance, if you really want to get a precise adjustment on your lighting and you don't want that full 10%, you can go ahead and click this button here. Focus. This button here is find/battery. So say you're adjusting and you're like, you know, it's going too fast, it's jumping too much, you can click on this button and it'll be like fine, and that way when you are moving the dial, it's more of a gradual transition rather than like a jumpy transition, if that makes sense. I don't know if you guys can specifically see the difference, but that's just something else I wanted to point out. So this is the 5600 daylight. So the other option is the 3200 Kelvin light. So you want to make sure whenever you're switching between the two lights that you turn the one you're using off. So the 5600, as we mentioned, was daylight. So if I do want to go ahead and use the 3200, you should turn this all the way down and then go ahead and click the 3200. That way you're not mixing them, because that is another option you have on this bi-color version. So right now, 5600, as you see, we put down to 0, and then the 3200 is currently at 0. But once we raise it, you can see that 3200 is more of a yellow light. So 3200 is a tungsten balanced light. In common terms, that just means more of a warm light. So this is another option that you have with this. So I want to point out, you only have the warm light option once again if you have the bi-color version of this camera. If you have the unicolor or the one that only offers the 5600 or 5500 Kelvin, you'll only have the daylight option. So I did not know that before purchasing this light, so I essentially have the best of both worlds, given that I have the bi-color version. But that's just something else that I really wanted to point out, especially if you are new with lighting and you don't really know, like, you know, what options you have. But depending on what lighting you have set up, so whether you're using this with like soft boxes, or this with natural light, or this with the lighting you have in your room, you want to make sure that whatever settings you have it on, or whatever lighting you're using with it, that they complement each other. So I can go into that more in another video, speaking about just lighting setup for pictures and videos, but I just want to focus on the capabilities we have with this lighting right now. So 3200, as you can see, we are adjusting up and down. So that is a 3200. If you do not, like, if you want to mix the both lights, you can go ahead and adjust the 3200 where you want, and then go ahead and click on the 5600, and then you see it added more of a white light to the mix. So that is another option you have. So you can play around and adjust it until you get that perfect lighting. And then also, if you hold down on this button here, it tells you the status of your battery. So as you guys can see, my batteries are running low, which is why I'm rushing to record this video. But that is basically the lighting options you have with this light. So some things I did want to point out as well is that this lighting is amazing for product shots. So if you do have a business and you want to take pictures by yourself, this lighting is amazing because it is concentrated lighting. So the lighting will beam directly on whatever you want to put it on. With the barn doors, you can go ahead and close them, and that will protect the light if you are using this light in travel. Right now I have the frosted disc on it, so it doesn't close all the way, but once I take this disc off, these barn doors will close flat. So I definitely like that. Another thing, you guys know that I love to travel, so this light will be perfect to come with me so that I can take pictures like in the nighttime, or if your hotel or Airbnb doesn't have great lighting, then this is a great addition for you to add to your travel bag to make sure that your light is lit wherever you go. Okay, so another thing with this light is that I'm gonna keep saying this light only comes with the actual light and this hot shoe that you see here, right here. Everything else is my tripod. So the tripod that I have this lighting hooked up to is the B100 tripod. I have this in my Amazon store and I'll link it down below. But the lighting just comes with the actual lights and this hot shoe. You do need a tripod or something to mount the light on. So I want to keep saying that because you guys probably see like all of these videos and reviews and you probably assume it comes with something to put it on, but no sis, it does not. So you need that separately. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys one more thing. So this is my tripod right now, and I went ahead and took the light off. So I want to show you guys some other features of this light. So this is the light independently, and I'm just going to go ahead and take my plate off from my tripod. So this is the light alone. I went ahead and took the hot shoe off because I want to show you guys specifically how to mount it, because I did have a little bit of issues with it. I don't know if it's me and I'm slow or what, but this is the light right now. Underneath it has this screw, so you can go ahead and directly screw like your tripod plate onto it, or you can go ahead and screw this on top of the hot shoe that your DSLR camera might have. So you don't specifically need the hot shoe, but I'm just using it because it came with it and essentially I paid for it. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how to mount your lighting onto this hot shoe that comes with the camera, with the lighting. So first of all, you have this little twisty adjuster thing, so you want to make sure you loosen it, because as you guys can see, if it's tighter, it's closer to this. So whenever you're mounting your lighting onto the hot shoe, you want to make sure that you have a lot of space, like you have the most space between the twisty thing and the silver plate. Sorry if this is not focused, I can't really see. But you want to go ahead and take the hot shoe, and you guys see that it has this spacing specifically for like this silver thing. So you go ahead and you slip it on, just easily slips on. Then to hold it on, you want to make sure you go ahead and screw this little thing here until it's tight, and that way it doesn't move. If you do not screw it, then the hot shoe will be moving, slipping and sliding and tootsie sliding around. So you want to make sure the thing is tight and right. So you go ahead and screw that, and then you have the hot shoe on your lighting, and this is how I connected it specifically to my tripod. So overall, I really like this light so far. It gives me great lighting in areas where I don't have that much lighting in my house. So I think it's a great deal. It depends on if you want the white and warm light to get the bicolor version. If not, if you're more so like I want the daylight, I want the white light, then you can go ahead and get the unicolor version of this light. So I will go ahead and link both of them down below. I believe the bicolor is out of stock at the time that I'm recording this video, but I'll link the Amazon link down below so you guys can check to see when it comes back in stock, and I'll also put some alternative links down below. But yeah, so this is my new baby, my Yn216, honey, and I'm super excited, really excited that I found this light, and it is really good. So I would highly recommend this if you are looking for a new lighting system that is small, it's compact, it's easy to assemble, it's easy to work, it gives us options. If you're looking for all of that, then I would highly recommend to get this light and try it out. You get a bang for your buck. So that's all I have for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys subscribe before you head out, give this video a big thumbs up, and drop that comment down below. As I mentioned earlier in this video today, I will be donating 100% of my June Google AdSense revenue to Black Lives Matter. So make sure y'all go ahead and binge all my videos. It's not just my June uploads, it's any revenue generated on my YouTube channel for the month of June, so you can go back and watch videos. I'll go ahead and link some tech related videos down below and in the end cards at the end, so you guys can have something else to watch. But that's all I have for today's video, and until tomorrow's video, I'll see you guys later.